Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Dragon Speed Shop. Today's video is just going to be kind of a recap. This last week and stuff, I didn't get a lot of bench time in, and for that my video suffered. I've been working on some different projects and getting some things set up for my YouTube channel that is coming in an upcoming video. It's pretty exciting news. I'm really stoked about what's coming up, and I ordered some parts and things didn't show up in time, but kind of give you a recap of what's going on here. I've gotten the rear suspension completely dialed in now. If you guys watch my video series, you'll know kind of what the suspension is. It's a Pro Touring setup, and I figured something beefy rear end wise for running a Dodge Viper motor in this little rat rod Jeep. Follow me on Instagram. You know I've had some issues with figuring out the front suspension. Well, I finally figured out, and I don't know, figured out or came to a conclusion of what I like. If you guys will know that follow me on Instagram. Sorry for repeating that. I had a dual leaf spring setup, and I didn't like that, so I ended up hacking it apart and everything and doing a single leaf on the bottom, and let's see, and then the control arm will mount somewhere about there, maybe boink, and then to the frame. So that's what I've came up with. The airbag still runs in the same place. Party foul, my phone just went off. So pretty happy with that. I can kind of show you what that's gonna look like. So there we go. And then you can see there's a gap where this control arm sits, runs across the bottom of that piece and then to the actual I-beam. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I'm really happy with the way this came out. The problem with running the dual leaf spring setup is when the axle in real life would actually drop, I'd have an issue with hitting the top of the airbag bracket, and I didn't like that. I didn't want to remodify it, so you can kind of see I've got it in primer now. I sprayed just a real quick coat of primer on there just to see, make sure all my joints that I've bondoed and all that are turning out really nice. So I've still got quite a bit of work to do on the frame. The front window, I cut a massive chunk out of it, and the reason behind that is I'm using these seats, and when they actually sit flat, they sit pretty low in the actual tub of the Jeep. So looking through it and stuff, the window was like clear up here from where the person would actually have their head sitting, you know, and stuff. So I cut the window down. It fits perfectly. I'm really happy with that. I have came up with a idea that's part of the parts that are coming for a tank, for the gas tank and the air tank. Now I've just got to figure out of making air compressors for the air ride, or if somebody out there that you guys know of builds some really good quality ones, then let me know. Shoot me a message or put it in the comments. That will help me out tremendously, so I don't have to scratch build them. But a couple of guys have said to lose the 50 caliber. The 50 caliber is still going on the Jeep. It's not going in the back now. I don't know where I'm going to actually put it. I may turn part of it into like a center console that's on this Jeep or not. I've made a wheel change to this Jeep. I can't remember what these came off of, the wheels and the tires and stuff, so sorry about that, but I've gotten those trimmed down. They had a really big ring, backer ring that I had to I threw on my Dremel low medium disc. Once you undo that screw and stuff, it fits on there perfectly, and just took my blade and turned it on and trimmed it down. So that worked out pretty slick. I'm pretty happy with that. I've debated on running disc brakes or not on this. I think I want to keep drum brakes on that. I know it's kind of retarded, especially running a Viper motor on drum brakes is probably useless, but that's what I'm going with. Maybe somehow in the tuning I dumb down the computer programming and stuff. So, but yeah, I've gotten kind of show you what's going on with the rear end. Let's get the frame over here. So rear end sits just like so. If you can see that, I've made a sway bar, cut up and modified a sway bar that fits onto the axle. So that's all worked. This is going to be nice and clean down here. I've had a couple of people kind of say that this is a roadkill themed build. Well, yes and no. It kind of is a roadkill theme. It's not really what gave me the idea. I don't know who the builder is or anything, but this is kind of what I'm going for. This was my inspiration of what I'm building. So yes and no, it's a roadkill build. I'm not going to go into details why this one's a roadkill or why this one isn't a roadkill build and why I should go that route or whatever. I'm going to stay away from that. It's not worth getting into the hassle. You can see what I'm building, everything like that. So that's what's going on here. I'm hoping to have a little bit more bench time this upcoming week to get a lot more done on this. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. I post pictures when I'm working on this, what's going on, where it's sitting in the stage and stuff like that. So make sure you hit me up there. Also check out the links below. And till next time, I'll talk to you guys later.